Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. I am excited that you are with me as always. Let's wrap this mini series up. What do you say? We have been focusing on promotion versus preparation this entire month of January. And it's been critically important to understand that promotion and preparation are both equally as important when we're trying to reach or we've just reached the executive ranks, right? Promotion gets us there. Preparation helps us stay there and perform at that level, right? And you just learned that over the past couple of weeks. So congratulations to you for moving through this process and really learning what it means to start execing correctly, right? Preparation helps you exec correctly. Promotion is the avenue to get you there. We have to do both. Both are important, but we have to tap into both of those pieces. And if we don't prepare, what we find ourselves doing is scrambling. And really, we put our careers at risk. That's the honest truth of it. If we're not prepared to exec correctly, our careers are at risk because we don't know how to perform at that executive level. So again, congratulations for going through this month. Today, I want to put it all together. All right, and you're like, well, Katrina, I've listened to these other episodes. You sort of put it together for me throughout. And I would agree, but let's just anchor this in. Let's just take just a few minutes to get super clear on what we've just gone through. All right? You're either in one of two situations, right? You're either already in an executive role and you are like, oh God, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I thought that I could just get here and wing it or figure it out on the fly, or I thought that the executive role was really just hanging out and talking and sharing what I knew. And, I thought that was it. Like, what did I miss? How did I miss this? And there's a lot of self-blame and a lot anger and frustration with yourself happening right now if you've just been promoted into an executive role, but you didn't prepare. Okay? Or you're sitting in a role and you're trying to promote and you're like one step away from that executive role. You're almost there. You're so close. You can taste it. You can't wait for it. You're throwing yourself into this thing. You may be even on the edge of burnout because you're working your butt off because you've said, when I reach this executive seat, I'm going to have arrived. I can finally breathe. I can finally have some peace. And so I'm going to give it everything I've got. And if that's where you are, that's fine too. I get it. But we cannot just focus on promotion. You've not yet prepared to get there. You're telling yourself a story that's preventing you from properly preparing. And if you're sitting in seat number 2, you're very quickly going to be sitting in seat number 1 that I talked about first. All right. So whether you're in seat number 1, you're already in the executive ranks and you're like, oh crap, or you're striving to get to that executive seat and you're not yet saying, oh crap, because you don't know to say, oh crap. Either way, this program is designed to help you specifically because you have to wake up and realize this is where you are. If you're sitting in position number 1 already in the executive seat, what I want you to understand is blaming yourself, being frustrated, angry, how could I have been so stupid? Why did I miss this? All of those things that we typically do, it's not going to build the momentum. It's not going to help you get to where you want to be. It's not going to help you perform any better. It's actually going to cause you to underperform. Let me just say it that way. It's going to cause you to underperform. Because when we focus internally, when we focus all of our efforts internally, we're not allowing for the space mentally. We're not allowing for the time to learn, grow, and go and execute. So don't beat yourself up. Just, hey, this is where I am. Just acknowledge it and start solving for it. Okay, now how do you solve for it? And this is what you can do if you're in seat number 2. You got to solve for it by going and figuring out how to prepare. So let's go ahead. Either way, in either seat, you've got to prepare. In seat number 1, your butt's on fire. You're like, oh God, I can't damage my career. So you need to prepare a lot faster than if you're in seat number 2. Okay, seat number 2, you got a little time, you got a little leeway. But either way, you've got to prepare. So how do you do that? We've talked about this a little bit, but let me make it abundantly clear. The first thing you've got to do is you've got to seek out someone that you trust. Either a current executive, a mentor, all of the above. Maybe it's an HR team, it doesn't matter. But whomever you can go and say this, ask this question to. What do I need to do to be prepared to be a successful executive? What are the things I need to learn? What are the trainings I need to take? Right? Who can mentor me in these areas? You've got to go ask those questions. Many times companies will have trainings to help you learn how to exec, or they'll help current executives learn how to do it better. That's great. But if it's not offered for 3 to 4 months from now, you've got to know what you're going to do between now and that time frame. You've got to do something. We can't just sit. We can't wait. But you've got to understand, who am I going to ask? What are they going to tell me to do? How do I access those resources? And you've got to create your plan. That's the ultimate thing. You must prepare. Looking over here because I have all this equipment trying to die on me, so I'm trying to finish this out. You must prepare. So that's how you do it. And then once you have your plan for preparation, you march through it. And as I said last week, if you feel like the plan that you come up with, if you feel like the conversations that you're having either are dead ends because no one can really tell you, maybe there's not a lot of programs, maybe they're not going to let you into the program until you're an executive, or you're an executive, but it's not going to happen for 6 months from now, right? The training isn't offered again for another 6 months. And you've got to go now. You have this high sense of urgency, as you should. Then reach out to us here at Legend Leaders. Inquire about the Executive Way program. It's exactly what it's called. It's a 2-phase program. We would love to have you in it. We'd love to be able to support you on your journey to create and strengthen your executive brand and own your seat at the table. All right? But that's the thing. Understand, know the difference between promotion and preparation. Now go out and start preparing. That's the challenge I'm leaving you with. Grab the workbook if you need a little extra help. The link is here in the notes. And then if you've got questions and really want to learn more about the Executive Way, please reach out through email. Schedule a time to connect with us. We'd love to give you the additional information. Either way, bottom line, whether you do it with us or someone else, it doesn't matter. The point is that I want you to succeed. I want you to create and strengthen your executive brand. And I want you to be able to give yourself permission to go live. So all those things matter, right? You've got to prepare to perform so then you can start living, which is permission. All right? So go do that. Take your time. Work through the workbook. But go prepare, and let's get ready to exec correctly. As always, go and be legendary.